Hey, what's up everyone? I'm back working on the TRX4m. Got this sucker all scratched up last time I took it out. What a mess. But it is what it is, it's a crawler, right? So I was just gonna throw a handful of parts on this thing and then be done with it, but you know, that's still not everything I have, and I'm gonna be tearing into this thing pretty deep. So yeah, I'm gonna brushless upgrade this thing. We're just gonna send it full on and see how it goes. I think first what I'm gonna do is my differentials. I have these extended axle shafts, the metal diff gears, some brass covers, and bearings. So I think we're gonna start with that. We'll pop this body off. We'll basically just do take care of this first, then this one, and then once that's done, I'll move on to maybe doing a transmission, get the bearings put in that, install this tiny little motor in here. It's crazy that that is going to take the place of that. We'll see. Let me get these axles going. Alright, there we have it. So we got this front most of the way apart. That'll make it a little easier anyways. So that these guys out of here, same length. Alright, well basically this is what you got. I mean, you see the difference in that. So gonna give us quite a bit of width. It's gonna be awesome. I got my metal gears in here. I put a little bit of grease on them. Got my bearings on those, so that's looking good. I might throw a little more grease in that just to make sure, you know, now that we got metal gears, we don't want it running dry. So we got that, and then we're gonna throw this cover back on, and with a little more, like I said, put some more grease in there, and then I should be able to hook my axle shaft back up, slip this guy on, and then we got to work on these. There are 3 pieces here. We got this little piece. Oh, there's some runaways. This little piece, a pin, this, and then the cup. So it's actually 4 pieces. So we got to throw those together and slip them in here. But first I'm going to pull these bushings and pop the bearings in, and then the front axle will pretty much be done after that. So we're going to get that done right now. There's a quick comparison of the 2 gears. This is the new spiral gear, and that's the factory plastic. This is cheap plastic with bushings. This is metal spiral gear. So it's a 24 tooth here, and this is, I believe, a 12 tooth. Yeah, 12 tooth. So yeah, that ought to be a nice upgrade. There it is, front's done. Those suckers are bigger, that's for sure. So they came with these little spacers, so slip that on. Alrighty, well, front's done, and just got those threaded on for now. Still left this off so I can put my new shocks on after this. I'm gonna undo the rear, same thing. Just gonna take those 4 screws out, pop my wheels off, and these ought to be a little easier. I'm just gonna swap this out, put the bearings in it, and we'll be done. Quick and easy. Let's do that one. Probably won't even record this one, just gonna throw it in. So I was tearing the rear apart here, and just wanted to show a quick reference of the difference here. So the one on the right is the factory, the one on the left is my new extended one. So it's not much, but it'll do enough to get you a little wider stance on the trail, and you know, it may hurt me in some places, but I think it'll help with the side roll. It won't side roll as easily because, you know, to have that wider stance going on. Plus I think it'll look awesome. So either way, don't matter to me. But yeah, they're hardened steel, so it shouldn't have no issues bending or breaking, hopefully. But you can see the front ones are sticking way out there. I'm not sure, you know, but heck yeah, I'm gonna get that finished up. And there you have it. Got the backside done. Looks good with those the Injora cover on there. You can see the width. It's gonna be awesome. So next, I'm just gonna pop this transmission out, and we'll run through that. Put the last few bearings in, and then I'm gonna throw this motor in as well. Swap that out. That'll be our next thing, and after that, we're almost done. We'll have to throw my shocks on. I gotta open these up and throw grease in them, oil in them and everything, so I'm gonna do that next. But first, might as well get all the bearings installed so we're done with that part. Almost there though. Alright, so I just took these 2 screws loose from this, and then you kind of twist it, the battery tray comes off. We got that out of there, and then basically there's 4 screws on this transmission. You pull those, and then really you could leave the drive shafts on, but I'm going to take them off. So there's our transmission. Pretty simple. And 4 more screws here. I'm going to open that up. We got this to put in. I believe it came with some screws here. Not sure what set we're using. Probably these 2. Let's get to this. There it is. Simple as that. We'll start with, pop these 3 bushings out, put the bearings in. Then I could flip these gears into there so I remember where everything goes. And I'm going to go right back in with our bearings. There we go. Fresh. It's going to be awesome. Alright, so we got to change these 3. And then while we're in there, we're taking the motor out. Okay. Bearings are in. Ready to do a motor swap real quick. Pop these 2 screws. There we go, that's out. And if I'm not mistaken, we're just gonna screw this right back in. Same gear, same everything. The size difference though, wow, it's crazy. Got that motor in there. Now that the motor's in, I'm gonna mess with the shocks. I gotta fill them with oil. All I have right now is this Traxxas shock oil. It doesn't say a weight, but I believe it's a 30. So it's a little heavy, but that's all I got. Better than like an 80. So for now, I'm gonna go fill them all with oil. Then I'll throw these caps on all the ends of it. Get them ready to put on. Pretty simple with that. Came with extra springs. These are a little heavier than the ones that come on them, so I'm gonna save those for later. I don't know if I'm gonna run them yet. Got my shocks done finally. Got those. That one might need a little more oil, but for the most part we're doing good here. Put my springs back on them, and then we'll be good to go. Get these things mounted up on there. So we're pretty far along with it already. So we got all the shocks on. That sucker is nice. That sucker is nice. Looking good. Love the silver and black with the blue. It's looking fresh. Alright, so I'm making some progress here. Got my servo mounted. I got a little zip tie there for that to keep that out of the way of the motor. Wire ran down, battery trays back in. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a servo hook. Guess I could use that right there. So this is ready. Put my receiver right here. Bam, plugged in, done. I think that'll be my next step, is to get that guy mounted. Doesn't fit this way. It's going to have to go this way, which is fine. Nice and stuck. Might route my antenna down here on there with my servo, thinking is what I'm gonna do. Got my antenna routed. Now I'm just gonna plug this in. 1 to turn, 2 to burn. So channel 1 for my steering right here. Alright, so I went with a double layer of stick tape. Hopefully that might just do it on its own. Get stuck in there and squish it on down. Thinking it's gonna do just fine. Like I say, it's just a crawler. It's not like it's a basher. So we're done with that. Plug that back in. Motor lead goes here. Plugged in. We're all plugged in. Just need to put some wheels on it and we're ready. Got it all finished up. Got it plugged in. The thing looks sweet. You can see how wide it is. Overall, it looks good. The clipless body still works, barely. It's a little tight back here in the back. It touches right here on all this, but it's pretty clean underneath. You know, got my battery in here and a tray. This is a Bluetooth. I still need to tune the ESC because there's some tuning you can do. It's got a different motor than I originally ran with it, so I might need to change some settings. But overall, awesome. My my receiver is sitting double stick tape where the ESC used to be. But look at this thing, man. Freaking awesome. I'll have to take it out and give it a crawl. Alright, well this is on 3S because that's all I have right now. But here's the slow crawl. It's pretty good if you can control your finger. I probably need to tune the ESC, but look at this thing rip. Thing rips. I think it's voltage cutting on me, because when they're full throttle it kind of cuts off. It's just better though. My turning radius is better now that I can adjust that new servo and my endpoints. This FlySky remote, I can drive it with one hand, which is nice. Back out here in the yard on my little rock course here. The TRX4 here with the upgrades on it. You see that? I got everything in there. I'm running a 2S battery right now. Probably leave all the lights and stuff unplugged. Let's see how it does on its first rock course here. Say one thing, it's quick. Then got some speed behind it. almost.